It's the Dirk Blinker Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Dirk Blinker program. I'm your host, Dirk Blinker. And essentially what this program is about is we talk. We talk nightly. We talk all night. We talk to you. We talk to esteemed guests. And we talk about what's really going on out there. You know, out there. Could it be another world? Could it be this world? Could it be another world? That's what we're looking to find out. And before we get into tonight's guest, I want to take a moment to introduce a gentleman who's worked side by side with me now for, well, too many years to mention.
I would agree with that, Dirk.
My producer, Bobby. Bobby, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Well, we're doing fine. It's kind of odd. Here we are. Actually, we're doing what we do every night together alone.
I understand that.
I don't.
Why not? Most of the times we have our staff around us, our editors, our copyright people.
That's true.
Things like that.
But my guest tonight is you, Bobby, because you are the reason behind tonight's show. Sure, I believe in the paranormal. I believe in UFOs. I believe in what's going on in the world. But I must say this, Bobby, you too believe in the paranormal, UFOs, and what's going on in the world.
Yes, I do. That's one of the main reasons of this show, is to try to take and get other people's opinions, their views, and things that the general mass media, along with the other folks, have seen, written about, and trying to get some actual detailed facts. Because as you mentioned earlier about the other worlds, the other beings, they're all real. They're among us, and they have been for years.
I'll tell you who else is among us, Bobby. Musicians. They're everywhere. And that's why Guitar Centers, 2 locations, in Mayfield Road and, of course, the Brook Park Road Extension, are there for you anytime you need help with your musical needs, whether it be a snare kit, maybe guitar strings, a piano key. They've got it for you. Guitar Centers, the musician's choice. But, Shirley, back to business, Bobby.
Oh, no, you just took care of business. This is fun.
Yeah, no, that's why we get along so well.
I know.
Remember the time in Nam that you, well, never mind, I won't go into it now. That's for another show.
Back when you saved my life but left my hand behind?
Well, you know, frankly, I try not to dwell on the past, but hey.
Hey, I forgive you. Hey, I'm still here.
You're
no
still
problem. We're still chuckling. We're laughing.
We're laughing life, and you are my right-hand man. I got to tell you. I love you. I love you, Bobby. I'm just telling you for a moment, I'm getting a little misty here, listeners. Okay, I'm all right.
Focused again, pal?
I'm okay, yeah. So tell me, Bobby, and tell the listeners better yet about your UFO experience.
Well, a lot of folks, when you start talking about your UFO experiences, they think you're either full of hot air or you're just making things up. But this situation that actually started this entire quest, which we've been on for years, started about maybe 8 or 9 years ago.
Right.
I didn't mark the calendar, so we'll just go with the 8 or 9 years.
No, time's only relevant to where you're at.
Exactly, because when you really truly think about time, it is merely man's common agreement to where mutual meetings can be arranged.
Interesting concept, but a valid one.
Thank you. Because back in the days of the real original Americans, such as our Indian friends, they went by the sun, the moons, and by the wildlife.
The sun god, the earth god, the mother of nature.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was coming home one day, and not from a bar like most people would take and try to stereotypically cancel or kill a thought or a vision or a sighting, whatever word you want to call it.
Right.
But I was coming back from a friend's house and looked up in the sky, and I just seen this light, and it was just sort of hovering just up there, and it was going different colors, from gold to red to blue-green to red to gold to blue-green, and it was just sitting there. And I'm sitting there driving along, and it's a backcountry road.
A hovering light, a backcountry road.
Sure, stereotypical, ha-ha, what were you drinking, what were you smoking, and please share it.
Do you have any more?
No, come on, let's just go with this here. But the light was up there, and it was staying, and then as I was driving along, I pulled over to the side of the road because I was just in total awe, wondering all the different thoughts that flash through your mind in that given instant, that given second. Just what is it? Why is it? Is it here for me? Is it my turn? Are we ready to go? And so I pulled off to the side of the road, got out of the truck, and I'm leaning against the side of the bed like that and watching it. And it just all at once, just out of just nowhere, just that thing took off.
Like that.
Just that quick.
Just like,
gone.
like a bullet.
I swear it probably covered 2 or 3 states, but I've got no way of measuring that. But when you sit there and you look at a typical 747 or a jet or a typical aircraft, you can see the little beep, 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 you know, the red light.
No, but this was speed. This was warp speed.
This was gone.
This was Captain.
Captain, yes, break us
Warp
out.
9. Take us out, Scotty.
Be gone. We need more power at the helm. I'm giving it all you have, Captain. But yes.
And you have been giving it all you have,
gone.
Bobby.
It was gone.
How did it affect your life?
What it did is it opened up my mind into an entire different arena to where the possibilities have been expanded to the infinite.
Infinite.
And then that's what started me to get back involved with you.
It's great to have you here.
And thank you, it's a privilege. And then that's why I was glad to help you with some of the literary input on your novel, your book you were putting together. How's that going, by the way?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Obligatory plug time. You know, Bobby, each and every night, the Blinker heads, they share their stories with us. They tell us about their lives, their experiences, their UFO contact stories, if you will, abductions. Could be just dinner for the night. You don't know. But essentially, I've compiled many of these stories. And not only have these stories been compiled, but these stories spell out a picture of a changing Earth. And hence the title of my book, The Thickening.
That's what you ended up calling her.
Yes, because I think the plot is thickening, Bobby. I think the changes are coming so fast, so quick, so timely, that one day there'll be a catastrophic change on this planet that we're going to wake up and go, hey!
The dinosaurs are back.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
And not only are they back, but they're flying huge, huge spaceships. You follow me?
Yes, I do.
A lot of people wonder where the dinosaurs went. Well, maybe they got picked up and taken home for a while. Yeah, sure, they left a few around, threw in a couple of tar pits, and left us some bones. You know, you've seen people plant evidence before.
By the scientific community.
Thank you. And let me just say, Blinker heads, we know what the scientific community's thinking, don't we?
Like taking any type of anything and then divulging it, destroying it, and then burying it.
I didn't bury it. In The Thickening, you will read the true stories. You'll get the answers that you're looking for. Look for it, won't you? It's in Bow Wow Press, available in paperback. It's called The Thickening. As the year 2000 approaches and your computer eventually says, shutting down, you'll be able to pick up my book and find out how to carry on with your life. Bobby, I got to tell you, your UFO story, it inspires me. It inspired me to tell my own story.
Thank you.
And I'll tell you this, as the Blinker heads know, Dirk is no BSer. You know what I'm saying? I too had a UFO experience. I talk about it in my book, The Thickening. I'll only tell you this. I'm back. And we'll be back after these words from our sponsors. Bobby, as always.
Dirk?
You're the best producer in the world. Hold on. Produce us a break, will you? I got to take a break in the little aliens room.
No problem with that. Dirk, been great talking with you, and now we're going to step out for a moment and go to commercial.
3, 2,